So let's just do a face this way arbitrarily, and let's just do a standing bow. Okay, so wanted to talk about entries. Okay, any particular aspect?
No, it's something that we're not going to cover in the rest of the seminar. So we don't duplicate. So I'll give you one. And I guess I got this off this. So the general idea of making that connection from thought.
Okay. All right, we'll start with something very easy, okay? Stand there and look down at the floor. And I'm going to do the same thing. Okay? And then look up, make eye contact. And just feel what that feels like. Okay? It's clearly different. I mean, you can feel when somebody's attention is on you. In fact, you don't even have to look at the floor. You can just watch me and feel what it feels like when my attention is not on you at all. And then it's on you. And then what I want you to do is start to correct your posture. So start to straighten out. Start to drop your tailbone. And I just want you to feel it. You don't have to do anything in particular, okay? Start to run some energy up your spine and down your tailbone, kind of like dancers or yoga teachers, anything like that, okay? And then I want you to step out into Hami, okay? You feel the difference? I mean, as I correct my posture, my ability to project my energy field changes drastically, okay? So one of the things you want to understand about this is that we kind of innately have the ability to read the state of potential the other guy's in, okay? Tension, that sort of thing, actually makes it worse, okay? Because if you're tense, you can't move, okay? So when my posture's messed up, when I'm tense, any of these things actually make your ability to project out and really connect to somebody, make it less, okay? So just start with this and just go back and forth, each person do it, and just feel the difference. This is not 50,000 volts. This is very subtle stuff, and yet, we can stand back here, and if I correct my posture and start to actually drop into things, it's tangible out there. Sensei can do this, and it's like you're getting ready to attack him, and then he can make a shift on his side. You can feel it in the pit of your stomach. You're just going, oh, he's got me already. Okay? So that's what we want to start with. Go ahead. If you have any problems with this, raise your hand. If you don't have, get a feel for what you want. It's a different feel when you put your attention on it, okay? Then start to make yourself more stable. Start to stretch out and start to bend your knees and start to drop into, so that, if I were pushing on you, yeah, you'd be pretty. And then step out into Hami. Okay? And you can feel the difference. I mean, his energy field definitely changes when he does that. Okay? Now, when you do that, see if you can drop down into your hara. Meaning, okay, so feel me. Okay, so I come up. This is just, my attention's on you. Then I start to kind of expand over in my space. Can you feel that difference? As I start to get bigger. Now I come in here. Now, if I can feel like I push on you a little bit from my hara, as I drop into my legs here and start to project out. Feel when I drop in here, it's a little different than when I'm up here. Okay? So a lot of people are eye dominant. Okay? And so when you tell them to try and connect, that happens. I even had one guy at a seminar where I said, I'm not feeling much intention here. Give me some strong intention. He went, literally, and it's like, play with what happens when you drop down in here into your legs, and this softens up. You're getting more stable, okay? Open up your heart chakra, which is, if you just slide your shoulder blades gently together, it'll open up your chest, okay? And then feel like you drop into your hips here, and then push on them with your hara. You feel that? I mean, it's like, I'm really relaxed, but I've got a stream of intention. You can start to feel my state of potential there. Okay, if I do that and I'm relaxed, you can start to feel that I have this potential to come out explosively. That's what you're looking for, because they can feel it. Now, stay there. No, stay there. Feel what he feels like. Guys, look at this. I want you to see this. You see him? See how he's standing? Weight's back. Okay? If you catch somebody with their weight back like that, move into their space. They can't move forward. You just take you don't need a technique. You'll run them back. Okay, so now. No. Every time you do that, your shoulders are back behind. Okay, do it again. Okay, this is a habit that somebody needs to be making sure you don't do this all the time. Okay? If I drop a plumb line from your shoulders and it's hitting air back there, you're hosed. Okay? Just like if I move into your space, what are you going to do? You can't even move forward from that. Okay, so if you want to see how you can get into a really solid posture, try this. Okay? So I didn't change anything. I didn't stick my butt out. I just leaned forward a little from my waist so that my hands are kind of over my toes. Now, you have somebody do that, then put your hand on the back of their shoulder blades. Now what I want you to do is take your hips forward till you're aligned. So the shoulders don't come back. If you get somebody stiff, they wouldn't even feel like they can do it. I had a guy telling me he couldn't do it because he was so stiff. It's like he kept trying to push his shoulder. He couldn't drop into here and bring it under. Now, wait, I turned my back for 2 seconds and you screwed it up. Okay? So once more, just dangle it a little bit over the toes. Okay, now bend your knees and take your hips forward till you're straight. Right there. Look at the difference. Yeah, you're starting to bend the knees. Okay? If you have to lean forward a little more, lean forward a little more. Take that back and lean forward. There.
Yeah, I feel it.
Okay? This is something, before you even get to the distance connection, you have to figure this out on a physical level, because that's your platform for doing all your technique. If you don't have a solid platform, the rest of it's screwed up, okay? So, we're talking about connecting. The energetic connection is how you do your entries and stuff like that. I mean, how I can move and not have you track me. But most of your basic stuff starts with static. And if you don't have a decent platform, if I come in, if you present to me like you normally present, and then I come in here, it's already mine. There's nothing there. So you're hosed, because I come right in underneath you like that. See, this is where I'm coming in from my hara. That's better. Now I can't do that to you. So this will be a theme all weekend. We are absolutely dependent on our partners to give us feedback. If our partners are not giving us feedback, we can go along for years and think all sorts of stuff works that doesn't work. Okay? So, if I see somebody who's a black belt who's leaning back, who are they training with? Who hasn't pointed that out? It has to be pointed out. And the partners, we're totally dependent on our partners to get better in this. Okay? So, you know, up where we are, we have a lot of people who are kind of into colluding, you know, happy dojos. I grab, I run around them in a circle, I fall down. People have no idea what they know and they don't know because their partners are falling down for them. Okay? I'm not doing, when I grab him, I don't do anything stupid, but I touch his center. And if I don't feel the floor through that, I'm going to push him over. Not because I'm doing anything that I shouldn't do. Okay? And frankly, if I were attacking him, I wouldn't push him at all. I'd move him. He'd be over there now. Boom. Okay? So you should be in a position where if you pick your front foot up, you're moving. If you pick your back foot up, you're moving. Okay? You're in a state of potential. Did you notice there's no time lag? If I'm standing properly, I'm stable. Push, pull, okay? But also, to move, I just pick one up and I'm moving. You watch most people, they're actually kind of balancing on their legs. It's like having the car in neutral. And then you think you're going to put it in gear when it's time to go. So then you watch. Most Aikido people, when it's time to go, there's this wibble wobble that they go through to load the springs so they can move. You should already be there. It's like, boom. I just pick one up and I'm moving, okay? I'm 250 pounds and I'll have these guys half my size ask me how come I'm so fast. And I say, I'm not fast, you're slow. Okay? I mean, I'm a heavyweight, no matter how you cut the cake. Somebody half my body weight should be moving faster than I am. Just I've spent a lot of time working on being efficient about it. And Aikido people tend to be, one of the main reasons we don't have any competition in most Aikido. And for that reason, most Aikido people tend to go along and you have people who are, you know, the Uke and the Nage are equally slow. So when they all train full speed, they think they've had this great class and they've all gone full speed. But full speed for them, you know, in the time it takes most Aikido people to raise and cut, a Kendo guy would hit you 3 times. And it's the same thing. If you have somebody who's really good in boxing or a good karate guy, by the time an Aikido guy's done that strike, the other guy moved in and hit him twice. So we have to fix that by putting attention on it. And when you fix it, it starts to affect this connection stuff. Because when I fix this, you can feel it. I've literally had people doing the exercise we're doing, and they were just standing here watching me, completely relaxed. And as I integrated my posture, all of a sudden they went like this. They lost their balance and fell backwards because as I expanded in the space, they could feel it, and it actually kind of just went whoop. Okay? So a little more, but really put attention on that.